G'day everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to install a new motor blower fan resistor, which is this thing here. That's the new part. Now basically my symptoms are that the air conditioning or the heating blower fan, which is behind the dash, it's behind here or underneath, turns on and it stays on high regardless of what I press here on the climate control. So what we've done is we've just disconnected, as you can see there, we've disconnected the wiring loom and basically driving with no blower fan. And I've read online that this connection here, or this little part here, is the culprit, and it's pretty easy to replace. Basically you need to undo several screws and the hinges on the glove box, and that all comes out, and then unscrew the old part and put the new one in. So we'll hopefully we'll endeavour to change this part, and hopefully it works. Okay, so now we're going to take apart the glove box. Under here there's little hinges that you just pull out to the side and they just pop off. So little hinges, there's two, one on each side. Okay, they drop off, and so that's the hinge there. Obviously you open the glove box, take out everything in the glove box, would be handy. So we'll just take everything out, place them on the other side of the car. Now the glove box just literally comes out, so we'll pop that out. Now there's several screws. There's one, two, and two in the middle here, so there's four up the top, and there's a little mounting bracket there that the glove box locks into, and there's also one, two down here, so there's what, six. So we'll take the bottom one off. So if I can undo this, so it's just a screw, there you go. Take the screw out, one on each side. I hope everything is in focus and in shot. So taking the two bottom screws off, we'll take the top screws off as well. I can barely see what I'm doing here because the sun's shining in my eyes from outside. There you go. I think we need a bigger screwdriver for this one, bigger screws. No, it's the right size. Just hard to see because I've got light coming in from outside. So we'll take them down, one on either side. Okay, I place all the screws on the carpet here in order of where I've taken them, so I know exactly where they are. So two little screws at the middle here. They hold the little locking bracket. Okay, so that's it. So that's just a little, as you can see there, that's the little bracket that the glove box clips in, locks in. So that's it. Pretty much everything should come out. There you go. Now I'll just grab the camera here, and as you can see inside, I'm not sure how the light is. There you go. That's the part we're replacing. So that is the blower fan resistor, and pretty much, which is this part here, and I just purchased that off eBay for $24.95 Australian. So all we need to do now is just take those screws out, those two screws, and it just slides out. So it's pretty easy. So just bear with me a minute. I'll just put the camera back down, try to get a different angle for you. I'm not sure if you can see, but we'll just unscrew these two screws holding this resistor in. So it's pretty much a 10-15 minute job. It doesn't take too long. It's just fiddly, but there you go. Take the screws out of here so we don't lose the screws, the mounting screws. Now there's a little all the wires that go in it. There you go. So that's basically it. As you can see, there's one screw at the top, one screw at the bottom, so we'll take those screws out. So that's the old part, and that's what is known as the it's a 3-pin motor fan blower resistor. It's also an air conditioning blower resistor. It's a few names, but it will solve the problem of air conditioning fan running non-stop. Well, actually the blower fan. So we'll just take that out. This is the replacement. So we'll just have to pop him back in. Okay. Oh, it would help if I put it the right way. Okay, so I've put him in there. We'll just screw everything back up. Now, while I've done this, there you go, dropping all the screws. While I've done all this, I've actually disconnected the battery to the vehicle. I don't want to have power, because this part I'm replacing is obviously electrical. It's just better to have no power on. May not make a difference, but okay, so we'll screw that back in nice and tight. Okay, so that's in nice and tight. We'll plug the wiring back in. Okay, that clips back in. Okay, so, and that's basically the part there. I've just, oops, sorry about the camera. That's the part I've just replaced, and didn't take me too long. It's only 2 screws, and the fiddly part is just putting this thing back together. But I'll just put the camera down, hopefully. Sorry about the bright sunlight. Doing this in the middle of the day, but that just goes back up there, and we can put all the screws back in. So we put the bottom screws in first. Doesn't really matter which screws you do first, but so just screw all these up. So pretty much, as I mentioned earlier, you can do this job for, you know, in about 15 minutes. Now, if you take it to a auto electrician or a mechanic, they'll probably charge you for a few hours worth of labour, and it's just not worth it. Now, the way I found out about this, I just went into a few of the Nissan forums. People who've actually owned the cars that have had a similar issue. Okay. Okay, we're in. So, as I mentioned, there was only 4 screws up the top, 2 down the bottom. So what's that? That's 6 screws. And then for the part itself, another 2 screws. So 8 screws altogether. All we have now is the bracket that goes in the middle, which the glove box uses to lock with. Well, it locks on. Okay. Now, to make it easier for you guys to understand, I'm just going to move the camera around. As you can see, sorry about the light, but there's 1 screw there, the mounting locking bracket there, 2 screws there, and there's another one there. And then underneath you've got one in there. You can probably see that one in that little hole there, and again one in the opposite side, and here are the hinges. So once you put the glove box back in, slips back in, you just pop the hinges back in. So I'll endeavour to do that. Just bear with me a minute. Once again, sorry about the lighting, because bright day out there. Not very sunny, but it's bright. Okay, so you can lock the glove box in. All you need to do is put in the hinges, put in them, so you just pop them in there, slide them in there, and they just clip in. That's pretty easy. Just clip in, and there's your glove box. That's it. That's it, folks. Job's done. I'd be lucky if I've done that in about 10 minutes. And all that's left is I plug in my wiring loom to the blower fan down the back here, which is in here. I'll just plug that in. Oh, I can't actually do it while I'm holding the camera. Plug that in, then I'll turn the car on once I connected the battery, and hopefully everything's working. Welcome back, everyone. I've just connected the battery to the vehicle, and we're about to just test run to see if this part that I've replaced was actually the problem. Now, the initial problem was basically that the fan behind the dash that runs for the heater and the air conditioning wouldn't stop, and it would be running on high. Now, apparently it's a common problem with Nissans and Nissan Pathfinders and Maximas, and I'm not sure if Murano, I'm not sure if they're pronouncing it right. And basically I couldn't adjust anything on the climate control. I couldn't have it on, you know, low or any mode setting. It wouldn't work. So now we're just going to turn the car on, and I've actually connected down the bottom there. I've connected the fan, the wiring loom. So we'll see what happens when I turn the key, if it starts. Okay, it's looking good. There's no, that beeping is because I've got the car door open, so we'll just let me close the door, just annoying. Okay, now if I turn the car on, I've got nothing coming out of there. That's obviously on off there, I don't know if you can see. So we'll just put it on mode. Okay, aircon. There you go. That's on high now. That's on low. That's on 2, 3, 4, which is high. So there's 4 settings, as you can see there. I don't know if you can see, there's 4 settings. And that's cold air's coming out because I've got it on aircon. And when I press that fan again, it'll go down to 1. So it goes down to 1. Still blowing, but it's just on low, on setting number 1, or fan speed number 1. Then if you turn it off, it turns off, which is success. So basically all we did is replace the fan resistor. Oh, it's actually called a few things. It's a motor blower resistor and Nissan calls it a different thing, but this is for a 2001 Nissan Pathfinder 4-wheel drive, and it's obviously automatic. Now you need to research your own parts, but as you saw how I did it, just undo the glove box, a few screws, 2 screws holding this in, take it out, unplug the wiring loom, put the new one back in, put everything together, and all that's left is this side panel, which I'm just going to put down a bit later on, which is just 2 screws, and that's it. Now everything works. I can use the aircon, the heater, and turn everything off. So I hope that helps everyone. And I tried to do everything in real time. It didn't take me too long. So good luck. Hopefully if you have the same issue with your Nissan Pathfinder or any type of Nissan, it might be the motor vac I can't, the motor blower resistor, so it might be that. But it's always good to do a bit of research. So it's fixed my problem. Thanks for watching, and take care, everybody.